Hey everybody, and welcome to the 88th day of the year, because there's 88 keys on the piano. That's why it's International Piano Day. That was a little piece called Elegance from my new upcoming album called 11 Words, which is all just simple piano music. I wanted to clarify one thing, and that is a couple of things. We called this the David Foster Piano Challenge, but actually I had even people like my friend Brian McKnight going, okay, I'm down with this challenge. There's no winners and there's no losers. We got so many great submissions, and I hope that I can post as many of them as possible, but there's no winners and there's no losers. This is all about just playing the piano. Learn to play the piano if you're at home, or, I had some great jazz players submit, some blues players, some classical players, some people that didn't play so well, some people that played amazing. I mean, we had everything, and people that just wanted to be involved. And so we called it a challenge, but it actually was just participation. So I wanted to make that clear. We have a couple of guests that are going to drop in at 5:45 and 5:55, but I think I probably have time to play at least one more piece of music. I wanted to give a shout out. I've never done this before, but I just realized that my friend Tommaso, who lives in Italy, and they're having such a tough time right now, as is everyone, but Italy is especially hit hard. Tommaso has for 20 years curated a page, a fan page for me, and it's called FOZFan, F-O-Z-F-A-N, one word, FOZFan.com. And every week for the last 20 years, he has reviewed one of my songs for 20 years. And needless to say, they're all pretty glowing reviews. Every once in a while, he hits me with a zinger, like, yeah, this is not your best work. So he's biased, of course, but...
what do you say about this piano album?
Sorry?
What
would he say about this piano album?
It hasn't come out yet, I guess.
He's heard 3 pieces, and he really likes it because he likes the fact that I've sort of gone back to, maybe, I don't know if it's what I do best.
Your roots.
Where I'm most comfortable. Speaking of roots, hope all you out there, we're going to get to find out who's real blondes pretty soon and who aren't. A little bit of humor in this time of struggle for everyone. This is my wife, Catherine. Usually we'd be doing the Cat and Dave show right now, but we had to take a break because
we were fighting too much.
we were fighting too much.
We were really.
And Karen LaFrac, I'm giving her a shout out in New York, wonderful composer. She knows what that's all about. I mean, we're all in confined spaces, and never to make light of this situation we're in, but this album, 11 Words, that comes out on April the 3rd, I think it's like the title of this piece is called Serenity.
Can I just try one thing?
Sure, you want to go with blind?
I want to see if this helps at all.
Should I score that at all?
Yes. I think it might be. Yeah, that's good. Okay. There we go.
Better?
Yeah, I like it.
I like this piece. Well, I wrote it. actually wanted to point out something about this little thing that I do, which I'd love to claim as my own, but I can't. I love Dave Grusin, the piano player Dave Grusin, and he scored a movie called On Golden Pond, and I don't know what the melody was that he exactly used, but it was something like, and he did that sprinkle on top, and I've stolen it for 25 years. I ran into him once. I said, "Hey, I've stolen your idea," and he seemed to be okay with it. And actually, somebody wrote in and asked me about it and called me a thief, and I am in fact a thief. But I maintain that professionals borrow and amateurs steal. I am a professional, so I call it borrowing instead of
Borrowing or borrowing?
borrowing. Well, borrowing Canadian style. Are there any questions? What's coming up on the?
Just people loving you. Bravo, sir.
Any questions? Can you give some people a shout out?
Someone asked, it was a little bit ago, but they said, what was the name of that last piece? And it was called Serenity, right?
Serenity, right? Yeah. I mean, it's great to do just piano music. It takes me back to when I did this song for the movie St. Elmo's Fire. I'll just play a little bit of it. And they just don't, there's no hit instrumentals anymore. They just sort of stopped in the 80s, but we had a good run with this.
People are asking questions.
Okay.
Where can they get this album?
Oh, so the album is called 11 Words, and I feel a little weird even hyping anything these days, but it is a meditative, if that's a word, album. And on April the 3rd, it will be available on Spotify.
Spotify. Any other streaming?
I don't know, probably Apple Music,
Yeah,
I don't know, Apple
probably.
Music and Spotify. But April 3rd, 11 Words. And so what I did was,
Wait, do you want me to just keep asking you questions? Oh, you're gonna, okay.
I was just going to explain the 11
Right.
words. I took 11 words and I took the first letter of 11 words. E for eternity, L for love, E for everlasting, etc., etc. And I used those words to inspire me every day. And I made this record 6 months ago.
By yourself?
By myself, literally by myself. Just Pro Tools over there and the piano. And little did I know that it might come in handy right now for some people who are, there's nobody not feeling this. So
Right.
It was done out of pure joy, not out of commerce at all. It was just me at my...
Someone asked how many times a day or how long do you practice a day?
How many times do I practice?
Well, you used to practice a lot, right?
I practiced a fair amount when I was a kid, but I haven't practiced in years, which was why my piano playing is probably half as good as it was when I was in my prime. In fact, these pieces, which are not that difficult, they're simple. Why? Because I didn't want to write anything that I couldn't play. And so even some of the music on the album is...
I don't know if I agree with that.
No?
No.
Well, you're my wife, though, so...
Yeah.
But right now, you're just the director.
That's true. How old were you when you started playing piano?
I was 5 when I started playing piano. And
Did your dad teach you how to play?
My dad taught me how to play. My dad, he was an amateur musician, but he taught me how to play honky tonk, and he taught me this piece among others. And this is how he played, exactly how he played.
So cool.
And he could play it like so much better than that.
Your dad would play like that?
Yeah, and then he taught me pieces like. And he would sit there so patiently when I was like 8 and 9 and 10 years old and
Play that honky tonk
teach
one more
me-
time.
Well, he taught me another one.
Wow!
I can't do it at all anymore.
That's
I practice,
amazing.
but thanks.
I'm trying to show you their applause.
My wife just found out something new about me.
No, I've heard you play that before, but it's so
But
fun.
my father used to do it incredibly. So it's 5:45.
Yeah.
Looking for a guest to come on. Now this young man, he's very young. I met him. I think he was maybe 18. He's not that much older than that now. But
Can you remind me of his name again?
his name is Conrad Tao, and he is an incredible classical pianist. Played with symphonies all over the world, and he's a composer as well, and a violinist. Been commissioned by the New York Philharmonic, been commissioned by the Dallas Symphony, the Montreal Symphony, and played all over the world. And he's really hitting his stride and becoming like the guy. So he's supposed to be joining us. I watched my friend Jeffrey Beagle today, who's also a brilliant classical pianist. He streamed from his place today, and you should check him out sometime because he plays beautifully. And
I just flipped the camera on me.
you did.
Whoops.
And all the shout out to
Didn't mean to
Jeffrey
do that.
All the submissions were great, and I looked at.
Oh my God, I just flipped it again. Hi, everyone.
You did? Oh,
Yeah, I don't know why I cannot. I think our phones are starting to do that thing where they overheat and don't respond to us.
really?
Yeah. I'm looking for Conrad.
Conrad Tao.
I don't see him.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I
I
know.
could easily play another piece of music, but I'd rather because we have
Stick
another guest.
to the
coming
program.
on. We have another guest coming on at. Oh, I like this song.
There, I think I see him. Okay, now view. Oh gosh. Why is this not working?
It's kind of. It'd be nice to be able to invite somebody into our house, even though
I know.
Cat's doing a good job, but it's so tough with when you're technically challenged, which I am.
I think they're
Think they're getting it.
no, I can see it, but who's they?
I know exactly. There is no
Here.
they.
I'll turn this around for you.
Okay.
But I can't. Hi guys, sorry for the. Supposed to touch. No, not that. See, he's right there, but I can't. It's not. It's sticking.
Oh, it's
So I wonder if we should sign off and have your viewers come back on.
That's
See,
frustrating,
I'm
isn't it?
not crazy.
Right. Wow, that's so.
I think you have to sign off. And
Oh, that's
come back
somebody
on
else.
then.
Huh?
No, that's him, Conrad Tao. Sorry, guys.
We'll sign off.
Not making this up, but it's just not.
We'll sign off and come back on again.
I guess.
Okay.
Sorry.
Let's do that.
Okay, so you're live again.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. It's going to take a second for people to
Catch
jump
up.
back on. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, everyone's joining back in.
Great. I'm glad I got a chance to give Tommaso and Fozfan, F-O-Z-F-A-N,
Okay, here's Conrad.
page.com or just Fozfan.
Waiting for Conrad Tao. Waiting.
Mhm.
I hear some connections.
Hello.
Hey.
Would you like to see it?
David.
Hey, Conrad.
It's been a long time. It's good to see you.
I'm so glad to see you. I was telling everybody that I think you were maybe 18 when I met you, 19, or is that not true?
I think I was 16 actually.
Ouch. So how old does that make you now?
I'm 25 now.
Wow.
We're getting up there.
It's almost over. Pretty.
Sorry?
Tell us what you've been doing really briefly, and then I want to hear that 2-minute piece that you described to me.
Yeah, absolutely. I am a pianist and composer, and so I've been spending the 2010s. I spent the last decade just playing and composing and writing orchestral music, writing music for myself, writing music for my friends, playing music with my friends. It's been a pretty lovely time.
Nice. Well, that piece that you previewed for me was written by your friend or a friend.
No, it was actually written by a great American composer who is no longer with us. A great American composer named Elliot Carter. And this is a piece that he composed in 2006 called Catenaire, which in French translates to it translates to power lines, basically. And so, yeah, it's electricity.
With no further ado, power lines, electricity, show us the amazing skills of Conrad Tao.
All right.
Wow.
Wow.
I said it was freaky.
I know it's freaky, but your fingers.
I-
Hey, could you take us out? We'll disconnect in about 30 seconds, but could you take
Yeah.
us out just with a little like beautiful Chopin to show the folks
Absolutely.
the other side of you? Something gorgeous from Chopin. And
Absolutely.
we'll click off probably at some point, but that was incredible.
He has to click off.
Oh, yes, click off. You have to click off, so you get 30 seconds. We're on a tight budget here.
Thanks for having me,
Click off,
David.
buddy, but you're a monster. You're just an absolute beast monster, and what a career you have ahead of you and behind you.
Thank you. Thank you, David.
Thanks for
I
joining
appreciate
in.
it.
Conrad Tao.
Take care, everybody. Stay safe.
Okay. Wow.
Oh, I don't want to show myself. Not show ready. Okay, that was amazing.
Wow. I mean, it's like, it's amazing that somebody could write that, let alone play it, right? I mean, there's not a hint of a melody anywhere, but that's okay, because it was spectacular. I mean, it just like pure
Skill.
skill and talent. Skill and talent. Conrad Tao. Amazing. Well, we have somebody else joining us who's also a piano player, and she's supposed to join us at 5:55 from New York. Not sure if she's going to or not, but this is a day, the 88th day of the year, the National Piano Day.
Did you know there was a National Piano Day?
No, I did not know there was until Mark Johnston, my manager, told me last week and told me that I should come on this day, March the 28th, the 88th day of the year. And really, it also, especially in this time, is just, I think, something that, you know, people, I've never hardly ever met an adult that didn't say to me, you know, I took piano lessons when I was a kid, and I really wish I had kept it up. Because I would love to be able to sit down and play something right now. And this young lady that's about to join us, she did sort of keep it up. It's not her job. She's a famous journalist, but she loves to play the piano. And
She's not here yet.
Katie, are you there?
It's not here yet.
She's not there yet.
I don't want the same thing to happen.
No.
Don't say the last name.
Should we ask and make sure that the sound is still good? Because sometimes after somebody joins, the sound gets bad. Could somebody comment on that?
Less talk, play more. I think they can hear you.
I'm going to play a little bit of this piece from another movie I did.
Katie,
This piece is called, sorry?
she just joined us.
Oh, great.
Would you like me to
Yeah,
join her in?
sure.
Okay. Hopefully this will work this time. Oh, God. It's doing the same thing.
It is?
Yeah. Why don't you play? Oh, there it flips on me again. Katie, who's just joined in, we had another guest before, and when the phone goes on too long, it just decides. No, it's not the sound. It decides not to allow people to join in. So even though you've already sent in a request, it's the phone gets sticky. I think we
So
need
you have to log off?
I think we might have to log off.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. She's having technical issues. She said we had this issue earlier. What was that from?
That was from Secret of Success, a movie, and that song's called Watermelon. And is she back with us?
Yeah, she's here, but I'm going to have to do the same thing. I think she understands our dilemma. People are saying that she needs to request us, but that's not the issue. It's something with the phone. So,
Really?
yeah.
I mean, you have to maybe...
No, I mean, I know how to add people on, and
Right.
they've requested. It's just,
You won't.
no. So,
Well, it's Katie Couric, everybody. We love her and everything that she's done for so many years. Brilliant journalist and authoress, and has her own podcast and a daily subscription that she writes, which is amazing.
yeah. So we'll log off and we'll come back right now.
We're going to log off
Yeah.
right now?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Your guest is here.
Hi! It worked!
Oh,
Hi,
great.
David!
Hey,
Hi,
Katie.
Pat!
Hi, Katie.
Happy
That's it.
International Piano Day!
That's what it is, International Piano Day. And, we put out this challenge for people to submit their piano playing. And it was actually the wrong word because it wasn't a challenge. It was more of an invitation to show us what you can do. And I think you're probably one of the biggest proponents of, like, if you can play a little bit, just do it, right?
Right. Well, I took for 10 years, but I actually, David, I don't know if we've talked about this. You play by ear and you read music, right?
I do, but I'm not that great at playing by ear. But
No. Well,
I'm not that great at reading music either.
Well, yes, that's not true. So I mostly play by ear now, even though I can read music, but I play everything in the key of C, like Irving Berlin. What have you been playing tonight, David?
Oh, I've been playing a few pieces from my new album that's it's called 11 Words. It's just piano music. It's soft. It's soothing. I made it 6 months ago, not realizing, of course, that there would be such a dilemma that we'd be having right now, that maybe this music would be helpful to some people. So.
So what kind of songs are on your new album, and can I listen to it now?
You can't. It's going to be on Spotify on April 3rd. I have on my Instagram, I have a couple of songs up.
No, there's a couple songs.
Oh, there's a couple of songs streaming on Spotify.
There's like 2
yeah.
songs streaming from the album.
It strangely fits the mood of what we're dealing with today. But I did it like 6-8 months ago just started to get up every morning
You want to get a little sample?
you know,
Yeah, are they original compositions? Are they familiar
they are.
songs?
They are. Yeah. I just went to the piano every morning, and whatever fell out, fell out. And then I honed it and recorded it myself. I had nobody, literally nobody. You're not even an engineer. It was nice.
Really?
Yeah.
I bet it's beautiful. Would you describe it as kind of Wyndham Hilly?
Am
I yelling? I'm yelling. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I would say it was. I was just playing a little piece. Very quite
Oh,
simple.
that's pretty.
They're all simple, but they have meaning to me. I call the album 11 Words, and I took the first letter of 11 words and picked titles. So Everlasting, L for Love, E for Eternity, and I let those words sort of guide me.
Oh, that's so cool. It sounds like it was kind of spiritual.
Well, it felt that way at the time, but again, I didn't know that it would be, we'd be here where we are today, that's for sure.
Well, how are you guys doing? I can't help it to turn into the interviewer, but how are you guys doing, and what is it like in LA right now?
The streets are pretty bare, thank God. I mean, I know I would get slagged for this, for saying what I'm about to say, but if it were me, I would declare everybody off the street. That's what I would, and I know that's sort of martial law, and that's not the country we live in, but, certain people still aren't getting it, and but it's pretty tough all the way around. I know you're addressing it every day, both in your newsletter, which I told our viewers about earlier, which is so great every day that you send out, and your podcast, and you're interviewing doctors. I saw the one where you interviewed was it a nurse you interviewed that was?
Yeah,
No.
I interviewed a nurse in New York City, and today I interviewed a doctor who works in New Orleans who's also asthmatic. And, it was very disconcerting because they prioritize who's going to get ventilators. And she told me healthcare workers were not prioritized, which I find really upsetting and concerning. So, it's just been really, really tough for all these healthcare people. I have to say that I have so much respect and admiration for all the doctors and nurses, respiratory therapists, and everybody in the front lines, because they're so courageous. And I sometimes wonder, gosh, would I be that courageous if I were in the healthcare field?
I know, like 9/11, when people were running in as other people were running out. I saw an article, a program on CNN, I think it was. There was 17,000 nurses that are about to graduate, and like 8 of them were being interviewed, and they were going like, just give us our license now. We want to go in. We want to go help. There's 17,000 of us that we're going to graduate in a couple of months. Just give us our diploma and let us go to work.
Well, they're doing that with medical students too. Medical students are now working in the hospitals alongside more experienced doctors because there's such a shortage of personnel. So, I talked to one doctor today, and he said, yeah, it's like a burning building. Some people, as you said, David, will run the other way, and I just want to help people. So I hope that people in the healthcare profession, if they're not as respected as they should be, will be even more so when this is all over, and that they stay well and healthy. And, they've got families and they've got children, and it's just really, really, it's the strangest time, isn't it?
This is not something we're going to forget overnight. This is going to be with us for the rest of our lives, for sure. And thank you for informing the world every day in all the outlets that you do, and for interviewing people like that. It keeps us informed. I love your newsletter. And I don't know,
Thanks,
how do people subscribe to that? Because I get it for free.
I love you. It's free for everyone. They just go to katiecouric.com. We've got a great team that is working around the clock to keep the newsletter going. We're really focused on everything you need to know about this moment in time, and we have a lot of original content. We have a lot of really good articles that have been published other places. But I just want to say It's nice. It's nice that you're doing these. You guys are doing these concerts pretty regularly, right?
Yeah, the Cat and Dave show, but we burned out after 10 days because we were arguing and like what it should be, what it should be like. Like, no, you sing here. Put the camera. Like,
I don't want to learn that part.
yeah, I don't want to play that song. Like,
Are you guys getting on each other's nerve? I mean, nerves. You're newlyweds, so I can't imagine it's too bad yet.
No.
no, there's just there's days like
There's days where the walls kind of cave in on you, but we certainly keep in perspective, you know.
Yeah, and you guys have been getting outside and exercising, because we should encourage people to do that as long as they don't go to crowded places.
Yeah. Well, here now the beaches are all closed. The hiking trails are all closed.
But we go for walks and things like that.
We do go for walks.
Yeah. Good.
And we have to live in a building where they clean the gym every half hour, and they have a rule: only 4 people allowed in there. So that's.
Oh, they still allowing you to go to the gym. That's interesting.
Well, this building in particular, they all have masks and gloves, and they're very serious. But can't be too careful. But before I let you go, did you want to play like a 2-minute piano piece, or do you want to know?
Yeah. What do you? Well, do you want to play? Can we not play a duet?
No, it's too much of a time delay.
Okay.
So make it short.
Should I go to my?
Sweet,
short,
sweet, and great.
It's like you're on American Idol.
Okay, here we go. This is what was played when I got married to John, and my daughter sang it, which is so nice. So
Is John there? John Molnar, is he there? Your husband?
yeah, where is he? John?
What's up,
He's
John?
somewhere. I think he's in the living room watching Chopped. Have you seen Tiger King on Netflix?
Yes.
Done that. Hey, we finished Netflix.
Tiger King is so freaky. Okay, here we go. Something like that.
Nice.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you very much. Thank
that's
you.
just the perfect example of International Piano Day. People that love to play the piano, and you took lessons, and you're still doing it. We love it. We love you, and thank you, Katie, for joining us.
Thanks, Kat. Call me Kat and Dave. David, we're gonna have a little glass of wine, the 4 of us, but we don't have to share it with the world. It can just be a
Love
double
it.
thing.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
Okay, love you guys.
You have to sign off. So
I think
We
Oh,
are.
I'm signing off. By the way, this piano is my childhood piano, David,
wow.
and it's an old cable upright. Adriana, show David the keys. It's an old cable upright, and you know, David, because I think you played my Steinway once at my apartment.
I did.
So it doesn't sound quite as nice as my Steinway, but it'll do the trick.
That's so cool.
Okay, babe. We love
You
you.
guys,
Bye.
bye.
Wow, Katie. Thank you, Katie Couric. Thank you, Conrad Tao. I wouldn't mind playing one more piece, my favorite. Well, I shouldn't say it's my favorite, but I call this Victorious. And it goes a little bit like this. Happy International Piano Day, and thanks for all your submissions.
Oh gosh.
Well, it was on
I just
your
keep trying not to get mad. Yeah.
it wasn't a challenge, it was just an invitation, and you all rose to the occasion. So Thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Please stay safe and healthy, and we'll be back in a few days.